How do I register the purchase of a property in North Cyprus? Buying real estate in North Cyprus is not only an opportunity to own a home in a Mediterranean paradise, but also an investment in the future. The process of registering a sale and purchase agreement may seem complicated, but with the right preparation and knowledge of all the nuances, it becomes clear and transparent. General information on the process of registering a sale and purchase agreement in North Cyprus. Northern Cyprus is a picturesque area, unique for its geographical location and historical heritage. Due to its climate and beautiful scenery, it attracts many foreign investors who want to buy real estate here. The process of registering a sale and purchase agreement in North Cyprus, as in any other country, requires compliance with certain procedures and laws. The process involves several stages, starting from the selection of the property, checking its legal integrity, to the execution of the contract of sale and the payment of all the necessary fees and taxes. It is important to note that the legislation of Northern Cyprus provides for a mandatory permit for the purchase of real estate for foreigners. This requirement is due to the authorities' desire to control foreign investment and ensure the legality of all real estate transactions. Therefore, before proceeding with the purchase, it is important to make sure that you have carefully studied all requirements and procedures to avoid possible legal problems in the future. All these nuances make the process of buying property in North Cyprus quite complex. But with the right approach and with the help of real estate professionals, the process can be smooth and enjoyable. Necessary steps before registering a contract. Before you proceed with the purchase and registration of a property in North Cyprus, you need to make thorough preparations. Here are the main steps to be taken. Choosing a property. Explore the North Cyprus real estate market to determine the type and location of the property you want to buy. Compare prices. Study the terms of sale. Assess the prospects for growth and value of the object. Keep in mind that there are different types of real estate in North Cyprus, from apartments in urban complexes to villas on the coast. Document verification. Check all documents on the property. This includes title deeds, privatization documents, information on previous owners, etc. Remember that the security of the transaction largely depends on the completeness and reliability of the information provided. Contract preparation. Draw up a preliminary contract of sale. The contract should specify all the terms of the transaction including price, terms and obligations of the parties. It is advisable to engage a lawyer specializing in North Cyprus real estate for this purpose. Obtaining consent to purchase. According to the legislation of Northern Cyprus, foreign nationals must obtain approval for the purchase of real estate from the Council of Ministers. This process can take from a few weeks to a few months. Real estate appraisal. It is recommended to have an independent appraisal of the selected property. This will allow you to make sure that the price corresponds to the market value and avoid overpayment. Check for encumbrances. Check the selected property for encumbrances and mortgages. This can be done at the registration office where the property is located. Once you have gone through all these steps, you can confidently proceed with the process of registering a real estate sale and purchase agreement in North Cyprus. Description of actions prior to registration. Once the property has been selected and all documents have been checked, you can start preparing documents for registration of the sale and purchase agreement. Preparation of documents. You will need copies of the passports of the buyer and the seller, the sales contract and other documents. Depending on the specifics of the transaction, this is an important stage at which you should be particularly careful to avoid possible mistakes and problems in the future. Obtaining purchase authorization. Foreign nationals must obtain permission to purchase property from the Council of Ministers of Northern Cyprus. This process may take some time, so it is advisable to start as early as possible. Payment of taxes and fees. Before registering the contract, you must pay all taxes and fees associated with the purchase of the property. This includes the property transfer tax, which is 3% of the property value, as well as the contract registration fee and other possible fees. All these actions must be performed before the purchase and sale agreement is registered with the registration service. Keep in mind that each case is different and may require additional steps or documents. Therefore, it is recommended to start the process as early as possible to avoid possible delays. It is also worth considering that at each stage of the process there may be additional costs, such as legal fees, notary fees, etc. Therefore, it is important to plan your budget in advance and take into account all possible expenses. Buying a property in North Cyprus is an important step that requires careful preparation and understanding of the process. Although the process of registering a sale and purchase agreement may seem complicated, with the right approach and knowledge of all the nuances, it becomes clear and transparent. It is important to remember that buying real estate is not only an opportunity to become a homeowner in a beautiful place, but also a responsibility. Therefore, due care should be taken to prepare the documents, select the property and pay all the necessary fees and taxes. If you have any questions or need assistance in the process of buying a property in North Cyprus, you can always contact us. Our company has many years of experience in the North Cyprus real estate market, and we will be happy to assist you in realizing your dreams.